Good evening. Let's see what we got. David R. Hello, David. How are you, David? Nice to hear from you, mate. I haven't heard from you from a few days. Hope all's well in sunny California. Dixie Enormous. Action. Hurry up, fella. Me sausage rolls get go. Big up, sweetie. Pat Keys. Where do all these people come from all of a sudden? Dixie Enormous. Pat Keys. Good evening. Dutch Farang. Joey Roberts. Tintin. Bazuki Yanawat 97, good evening. Eugene Vincent, William the First, love the new headline on the channel, Ed. Yeah, you know the countdown, you mean? Yeah. One Carlos, first thing is a soapy. Oh, I'm not thinking about that right now. Cowboy Vic episodes, Daniel Kelly, Kipax, Canary spread his wings. How are you, steady? I'm very, very unsteady right now. Metal Hamster, Anto 501, Morphamule, yeah, okay. Archie Westmoreland, Ned Fields, Ion Tilt, good evening, see you, mate. Dixie Enormous, Yahoo Sound Picture Great, okay. Mikey Muscles, good evening. No, I'm not going to show that one. Hi for that one, yeah. Okay. We've got it. We've got it. Okay. David, all good. Okay. Good to hear that, mate. Happy as Larry. Derek Mack. Good evening, Steady. Leave the UK while you can. Okay. 111 people watching already. Right now, the live stream that I did a few nights ago, I think it was Thursday night, was the most miserable, depressing live stream I think anyone's done for quite a while. So I have to say that this is the sequel to that live stream. That was a miserable, depressing stream. This is Miserable Bastard 2, the sequel, okay? Because I'm not happy right now. I'm not happy. I am not happy. And I think a lot of people here are probably not happy either. Got 2 weeks to go before I'm due to fly out from London to Bangkok. What's the script up to now? The script up to now is booked my flight. I booked that rip-off bloody PCR test, 200 quid at Heathrow Airport. I've got in touch with the company who's going to sort out I still haven't got my Thai pass, but they did say it's going to take a week to get back. So by Wednesday, it'll be a week. I'm expecting that because that company that I'm using to book the hotel, to do all the donkey work for me, the insurance and all of that. They seem to be doing everything. They have communicated. They haven't got back with the Thailand pass yet, but I'm pretty confident that will be here in the next few days. And I've even booked my National Express coach ticket to Heathrow Airport, okay? So when I have that Thailand pass, hopefully within a couple of days, everything will be absolutely complete. Except I'm not happy. I'm not happy because today I woke up, as many people who may have even booked flights to Bangkok woke up to the news that the Thai government, the TAT, the Tourism Authority, are going to be having a meeting this week. And it's not confirmed yet, but they are thinking of bringing back that bloody awful 2-week quarantine or even a 10-day quarantine. It's not good. Apparently they're going to have a meeting December the 24th. It's not looking good right now. It's not looking good. Let's have a little look at the chat. Pal 555, 1 night in Bangkok. Well, I wouldn't mind 1 night in Bangkok in that quarantine hotel. It's bloody 10 nights or 14 nights that I don't want. Rusty Led, Peter made it. He made it. He's having a good time, Thailand bound. He's having a good time out there. Let's hope he continues to, you know. John Rhodes, I've heard it. Dutch Farang, I've heard they want to quarantine everyone coming in again. Yeah, that's it. I don't believe it's confirmed, but there's articles appearing in the Bangkok News and that program, The Tiger. They're thinking of bringing it back. I think it was inevitable. Sooner or later, they are going to consider bringing back that prison hotel quarantine. It was originally 2 weeks. That's the thing that really kept tourists away for so long. I think maybe they reduced it to 10. No, we don't know the finer details, but apparently they're going to be meeting about it on Friday, Christmas Eve, and it's very, very bad news. Very bad news. Let's see, Super 23, even Google Newsfeed is spouting some nonsense about restrictions. Jack, Edward, they've just reintroduced 1 week's quarantine. I don't think they've introduced it yet, have they? As far as I know, it's talked about. They're going to have a meeting, but it's not looking good. It is not looking good. Paul Hoskin, Ed is not happy. No, I'm not. More from you. It's Mark Olig. My doctor told me we'll be needing a 4th jab in 2022. Well, bloody 2021. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're going to 4th jab. I think we're going to have a 4th or 5th. It's just going to be a never-ending series. I mean, when we first seen Rocky, we thought it was a good movie, and then they forced bloody Rocky 2 upon us, which was not so good. And then we got Rocky 3. What are we up to now? Rocky 38 or something like that. I think, how old is Sylvester Stallone now? Is he older than Prince Philip or something like that? David R. Wait it out there. Give it 2 months. I'm tired of waiting, David. I'm tired of waiting. You know what I mean? Because in 2 months' time, what's going to happen then? I mean, if I'd have told you a year ago, after we'd already suffered all this crap in the year 2020, if I'd have told you a year ago that, people will be suggesting that we should leave the travel a bit longer. When is a bit longer? When is that exactly? I've done my part. I know it's been expensive. That rip-off bloody PCR Heathrow Airport quarantine, that's the worst bit. I've done my bit. I've paid me money. I've planned meticulously. For 3 months. I was in the sun this winter time, and it's not looking good, because let's be realistic. Even if I was prepared to do the quarantine, whether it's 14 days or 10 days or whatever, most other people would not be prepared to do it. And the end results, are they going to keep the bars open and all the nightlife, all the entertainment in Thailand, the very reason that you go out there in the first place? Phil Roberts, any chance you could rebook your flight and go early? I suppose that's a possibility, but I've booked my but that would disrupt the Thai pass and everything. I've employed this company. I got in touch with them last Wednesday, and I said, if you sort out my Thai pass and book my hotel and all the rest of it, how long before you get back to me? And they replied 7 days. Okay, well, this Wednesday coming, 2 days from now, that will be 7 days. Now, they've booked the hotel, they've booked the insurance, they've got the only thing that's outstanding is the Thailand pass. I'm confident they'll get that sorted in the next couple of days. But the fact is, you say rebook your hotel, I'd have to rebook all of that as well. Jesus, it's not good. It's not good. BW83, I've heard they're talking about just scrapping the test and go, but keeping the sandboxes. I mean, look, let's be realistic. The onion variant is exploding all over the place. It is exploding. It's exploding in America. It's exploding in Britain. Our beloved Prime Minister, whatever you make of him, has come on tonight, and he's basically said, well, if everyone's sensible, and we don't have to cancel Christmas and all the rest of it. But it's not getting any better. It isn't getting any better. I've got 2 weeks to go before I'm due to fly out. I have almost everything booked that should be booked. If there's no development in the next couple of weeks, or whatever that meeting in Thailand is going to come to on Friday, if they decide they're going to delay bringing back the 2-week quarantine, fine. I will be on the plane in 2 weeks' time if it's all set to go. But you never know what's coming next in this. You just never know what's coming next. Joey Roberts. I'm being first, not confident getting out there now. Me neither, mate. Similar with me. The real deal. Eddie, I'm hoping to go to Cambodia, mate, 7th of January for a year. Not looking good at all. Fed up with this. Yeah, whatever. Thailand backpacker. Hi, Eddie. I hope the risk pays off in the end. All right, thanks, mate. Yeah, absolutely. David Philpott, knowing how Thailand can about facing the last minute, I just get there as soon as possible. Onion has now arrived here and go to the citizens like a but I'm not going to drop everything and get out there. I just don't think that's the way of doing things. I've meticulously booked everything that I need to book, and at this moment in time, it all stands. It all stands. A lot of people are saying, get out there while you still can. Uh, I like to get out there at the beginning of January, and I like to book this. I like to plan things. The idea of simply dropping everything and get out there before they lock everything down up. That's crazy. That's not traveling. That's not the way I travel. Onto the Sun. Breaking. According to Thai media, the Minister of Public Health said in an interview today that he will propose to the CCSA to cancel testing go and bring back quarantine for everything. The Minister of Public Health. Yeah, but they haven't accepted it yet. We don't know. It's not confirmed yet, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good. We've seen other vloggers. That nice lady Taya who does Thai things. I mean, she came on today and she did a very, very good video of don't book anything just yet or whatever. Just hold back a minute. We'll know by Christmas Eve anyway. Graham Johnson, nice to hear from you. Yeah. Let's see. High five. It's probably going to be 7 days sandbox in the blue area. I've paid my money. I've planned everything. I want it to happen the way I want it to happen. The idea of just dropping everything, get out there tomorrow. No. Can't be doing that. Cozy Wrecked, it's looking grim for anyone who wants a holiday in Thailand. I mean, it's bad for everybody. It will be bad for everybody. For the bar owners out there, it will be a disaster simply because they've waited so long for the bars to open. The bars have been open for about 5 minutes now, and if they bring back that quarantine again, the tourists are just not going to come. Anyone if they bring out that quarantine, whether it's 10 days or 14 days, it's most of the holiday makers who are there for 2 weeks or maybe one. They simply won't go there. They simply anything beyond 1 day. 1 day's quarantine is an unbearable quarantine. A 2-day quarantine is quite unbearable. Delayed Dave. Let me sip my Corona beer before I answer that one. Delayed Dave. Will you still go at it if you have to quarantine? It depends how long the quarantine is. My plan is to be out there for 3 months. Don't forget. If I still have to quarantine, I'm not sure I could do a 14-day quarantine. I could possibly do a 7-day quarantine. I wouldn't want to do it. I wouldn't want to do that, but we'll see. I like the idea of 1 night's quarantine. That's what I like right now. That's what I've been counting on. Let's see, JBL. Eddie, you was right. As soon as you booked it for a few days, it went down a cliff. We know you can't wait to get back to doing videos. Appreciate the streams. Thanks, mate. Anyway, thanks for that. Thailand backpacker. Even if you had to do 2 weeks quarantine, you're still there for 3 months. Yeah, but yeah, for 3 months. Yeah, maybe even longer than 3 months. It might be there for longer than 3 months. We'd have to see. But I still don't. When I booked a flight at the middle of last year, which eventually cancelled and it went pear-shaped, I was actually prepared. Well, hang on a minute. When I booked that flight, I think the 2 weeks quarantine was enforced, and I was actually prepared to do that 2 weeks quarantine. But the more I think about it, the more I hear stories about people being locked in a bloody hotel room and being treated like a leper and their cold food. I'd come out psychologically damaged after 14 days. I just couldn't. I don't want to do that. Peter Blue, only 1 week, I suppose. Not too bad, Eddie. Absolutely, yeah. Cozy Rec going to be 3 jabs a year at least. Absolutely. Bobby Crush have had more jabs than Frank Bruno. Yeah. Mark Oliver, slice your milk the Rocky did. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, he did, didn't he? Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Graham Johnson, you're telling me. Graham Johnson, Jack, you're telling me it's not looking good. Yet, Graham Johnson, you also, haven't you, Graham? You also booked a flight to Thailand, haven't you? So it's, you know, it's worrying news for everybody. The purpose of this, I mean, I have no solid information because it hasn't happened yet. I mean, they're having this meeting on you know, about 3 or 4 days from now to decide whether they're going to bring back that dreaded quarantine, which is the thing that has driven most tourists, stopped most tourists from going there. You know, it's no solid information, but the purpose of a live stream like this is simply for, you know, guys in a similar, we're all in the same boat. It's simply to come together and share a few ideas. You know, last live stream was bloody depressing, but you know, it got people's interest anyway. Tampa guy, Sylvester Stallone, 75. Okay, fine. Pal 555. If you don't go soon, you will be shaving your nuts around in a wheelbarrow. I think I know what you mean by that. By the way, I haven't had an haircut for quite a while. I keep meaning to, but I just haven't found the right moment. I mean, I think I'm going to end up on haircut strike. That's what I'm going to. This is a haircut. I'm not getting a haircut until I can get out to Thailand and get a cut in Bangkok. This is a haircut strike. At this rate, I'll probably end up looking like a bloody hippie. Under the sun, can't you fly this week, mate? My flight is for 2 weeks from now. Peter Blue, bars won't be open until late January. No, that's it. But will it get worse by then? I mean, the fact is that if they really bring back that 2-week quarantine, isn't it like a domino effect? It's only a matter of time. They think, well, you know, the onion variant is getting out of line. We've had to, you know, bring back this 2-week quarantine to stop tourists getting in and bringing the onion variant in here. So isn't it only a matter of time before Thailand's bar scene is going to close again? You know, nothing's looking good right now. Michael Sherman, hi Ed. I'm going for 2 months in January, I hope. How much do you travel with for 3 months? It's I'll do a video on that. It's doable. I've talked about that before, but it's, you know, it's doable. You know, I'll do a video on that sometime. Well, I have done videos in the past about how much it costs to travel. Paul Hoskin, I only go for some crumpets. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Nice to hear from you, Paul. Tree Town, Barry had the right idea going to Brazil. I seen Barry, Club Fillers Inc., YouTube channel. I was watching Barry's an English guy from London. I was watching his live streams from Brazil, from Copacabana and from the favelas. He was in the favelas of Rio de Janeiro. I've actually been in that one that he visited, Rosina, the largest of the favelas. I wasn't doing live because I didn't have my YouTube channel then, but very, very interesting. You know, so, you know, good for Barry anyway. Good for him. Good for him. Daniel Kelly, the quarantine they're saying is sandbox. I mean, you have to stay in the one place to begin with. Isn't that right to begin with? You have to stay in the one place for the first couple of weeks, and then you can move around somewhere else. I believe. Bloody hope so. Anyway, you never know. I can't sit here and talk about the details of what's happening in Phuket about and how long the quarantine is likely to be if they do decide on it in a couple of days' time. Nobody knows anything right now. You know, everything's changing from day to day. Graham Johnson, you'll have to change all your bookings and redo the Thailand pass. Exactly, Graham. I agree. Yeah, exactly. And it's just, I can't be doing with that right now. I just can't be doing with it. I mean, I still work, by the way, and I'm making a little bit of a living here. Nothing spectacular, but I will be working over Christmas here. That is my plan. I like things that go to plan. I mean, the idea of just dropping everything, suddenly and getting on a flight out of Thailand, and it's not as simple as that. Like, as Graham says there, and Graham himself has also booked to go out to Thailand. I think is it next week or something like that. You'll have to change all your bookings and redo the Thailand, but it's more hassle. It's more hassle than it's worth. Alan Burns, hi Ed. Lucky you didn't book with British Airways. All flights cancelled for nearly another year. Was that to do with the variant, or was that for another reason? I'm just going to quickly check my Facebook because somebody may well have sent me a message here. Let's see, what have we got here? Yeah, somebody has sent me a message. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, so apparently, Daniel Kelly, someone sent me a message to say that the Belgian protest have turned violent. That's the second time today that I've heard that. They haven't protested. It's not just Thailand. It's not just England. The onion variant is getting everybody down. I mean, there's protest in Europe right now. Jesus. Mark Oleg, Biden addressing the US tomorrow on the virus. Now, according to another American aide, apparently it's really getting pretty bad. It's really quite kind of exploding in the US. Well, it is here as well. It is here as well. Let's see. Chris X, UK going into lockdown after Christmas. Three of my mates have closed neighbour being told they can't open. After 2 years, after 2 years of this, did you really think it was going to get to all of this after 2 years of suffering all of this? El Terrifico, Eddie, chin up, you will get there. Well, I'll drink to that positivity. Okay, El Terrifico, thank you. Phil Roberts. That's an interesting one. It might not be full quarantine. Might be a sandbox type of thing. So you have to stay in Bangkok for 10 days, not necessarily confined to your hotel. Not ideal, but that will be much better. Yeah, I hope that you're right there. I could bear that. I could bear being, forced to stay in Bangkok for 10 days. Oh, I wouldn't have a problem with that at all. But it's being locked in the one bloody hotel room. That's not travel. That's you go on holiday, you spend your money and suffer the lengthy flight and all the rigmarole to go out there and instantly have fun. You don't want to be the idea of being locked in a bloody hotel room where whether it's 14 days or 10 days or 1 week. That's dreadful. Phil Roberts, I hope that you're right. I hope that you're right. It might not be full. I'll read that out again because that's such a good comment. And let's just hope that he's right. Phil Roberts, it might not be full quarantine, might be a sandbox type of thing. So you have to stay in Bangkok for 10 days, not necessarily confined to your hotel. Not ideal, but that'll be much better. Absolutely. Let's just hope that Phil is right. Donald Bozo, nice to hear from you, mate. Tree Town, everything was looking so good 3 weeks ago. Mark B, why is quarantine necessary when they PCR is on arrival? Why is quarantine necessary when I've had the 3 vaccines? I've been told to have tonight on the news, our beloved Prime Minister with his bloody Muppet's hairdo. He said, like, please, I can't emphasize this. So, can I do a Boris impression? I can't emphasize this so much. I cannot emphasize. You must get the booster. You must get the booster. Okay, that's an attempt at our Prime Minister. Okay, probably not the best one you've ever heard. But he's saying basically, get the. So I've had the booster. I've had the 2 vaccines, and I've had the booster. I've had them. And now, why do I have to do PCR? Why do I have to pay 200 quid for a bloody fast track PCR test at Heathrow Airport? Why do I have to do that? Why do I have to, why do I have to quarantine anywhere? Jesus Christ. PAL 555, lockdown 27. Bertie's Adventures. I'm in the same boat here. I'd be fuming if they changed it now. Anto 5501, a rebook early if I was you. No, I'm not going to do that. We had this Graham Johnson, who's also booked. It's just not as simple as that. Stephen Rowe, if I was in your position, I'd still go as long as you can afford the quarantine hotel. I've heard it will be 7 days quarantine. 7 days could well be doable. But 40, I'm thinking of the bloody psychological. I don't like being locked up. I don't want to be locked up bloody anywhere. 7 days could possibly help, but if it's longer than that, I just don't want to do it. Okay. Dixie knows, don't forget the extra cost if you have to quarantine. Everyone's losing money here. I've lost money during this pandemic. I lost money in that bloody flight. I'm angry at lastminute.com for the voucher that I didn't ask for and was fairly useless. Everyone's losing. But the money that we're paying for PC artists, everybody's losing money here. But I've used this analogy before, and this is the one that is a little teensy-weensy bit of a comfort to me. But losing money is a part of life. It's a part of life everywhere. Sooner or later, you will lose money. Something will cancel, and you'll have to pay. You'll have to pay money. But I mean, when you drive a bloody car, the cost of cars is ridiculous. I said this before, but your gearbox could cost you £2,000 to £3,000, and it's for a lump of metal if that goes. And you just have to pay. Losing money is part of life. I mean, I've lost money on travel, and I'll probably lose more money, but it's a part of life. I mean, it's okay afterwards saying I shouldn't have booked this, I shouldn't have booked that. You just have to accept that is a part of life. I wouldn't want to pay for the quarantine hotel, but if it gets me to where I want to get, then so be it. Wells 32. Eddie, can you to Thailand? Just take early retirement and live there. Let me just do that one again. Put that on the screen. Eddie, can you to Thailand? Just take early retirement and live there. I would love to, but this pandemic soap opera has knackered everything up right now. It's just really knackered it. I don't think any of us really know exactly where we are right now. So under normal circumstances, bearing in mind I'm turning 60 next year, I'm turning 60, retirement would be on the menu. Absolutely. I'd love the thought of that, but it's, you never know what's coming. You just never know what's coming next, mate. You just don't know what's coming next with all of this. Okay, Brian Hudson. There's a meeting in Bangkok this Friday, and the Thai government will decide that 24-hour click and go will stay. Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. Michael, yeah, don't give up yet, Eddie. I hope they might stick to the test and go with that, but you must stay in the zone like Sandbox for another antigen test or something like that. I'm booked for the 10th, so just open. So that will be the 10th of January, I presume. Absolutely. Yeah, okay. Let's see. What is that comment, Graham? What are you saying there exactly, Graham? Graham Johnson, whatever anybody has heard, it's all rubbish. We won't eat. I think you're saying, are you saying why? Is that why worry that you mean at the end? Whatever anyone has heard, it's all rubbish. I think you mean why worry. That's a guess anyway. I'm worried. I'm a bloody worrier. It's a double-edged sword. You worry about your flight, and I would worry that things go wrong in the UK and we'll be flying back to UK quarantine hotel. I'm not even thinking about that. Somebody did say to me, "Listen, Ed, if you do get out there and you have fun for 3 months, whatever, how about when you come back, you may be forced to stay in a quarantine hotel?" That's I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. I will cross that bridge when I come to it. If I can get out there, I will get out there. And if whatever happens in 3 months' time, I don't know. Nobody knows. If they did say in 3 months' time, Thailand's been put on the red list and you have to stay in a Heathrow airport quarantine hotel for 14 days or 10 days, whatever, I probably wouldn't come back. I'd probably go to another country. I'm a traveller. I'm an experienced traveller. Don't forget. And I'd probably go to Cambodia and what. By the way, on the subject of Cambodia, what's happening there now? They relax things. Cambodia. They relax things really, really well, and it sounded really good. Are they going to follow suit with Thailand? Are they going to start bringing back a quarantine? We don't know yet. As for Vietnam and Laos, well, as far as I know, they've totally closed their doors to us. They've totally closed their doors, so it's not good. More than 500 people in the chat, 516 people in the chat. Cheers. Listen, I've said this before, but there's about 500 subscribers who joined this channel in the last couple of weeks, and I think a lot of them will have come for a fairly, a fairly ordinary video I made a couple of weeks ago about is Cambodia a good alternative to Thailand? That's on 55,000 views right now, which shows that this channel's alive and kicking. Now, something else I want to discuss in a moment is Plan B. Let me see. Somebody gave me a super chat. I'm going to skip forward because I've gone well back with the chat. I've waffled on so much and there's so many comments. Apologies, I'm skipping, everybody's comments here. There you go, Serge. Okay, Serge. Okay. Thanks for that super chat, Serge. Just arrived in Cambodia, having a great time on Street 130, Eddie. Okay, Cambodia, great little country, excellent little country. Now, I think a lot of us were excited what happened with Cambodia the other week. Is that basically they relaxed a lot of stuff. They've done away with their $2,000 deposit quarantine. They've done away with all of that. I think they were just asking for a relaxed PCR test before you enter the country, and basically that's it. No quarantine. Terrific, and that really, really seemed, seemed to be ideal. And I'm interested in going to Cambodia. I'm starting off in Thailand, hopefully. And, I'll hopefully be going to Cambodia pretty soon after that. But I'm kind of wondering if Thailand, if those 4 countries that border each other, Vietnam, Laos, they've closed the doors to us. Thailand is talking about reintroducing the quarantine, the ASQ hotel. Cambodia, do you not think that it's only a matter of time before they'll be doing similar? But thanks for that super chat, Serge, and I'm glad you're having a good time in Cambodia. I'd have a good time if I was there. Ting Tong, Thailand has changed. People are just chasing memories for the good old days. Rusty Lid. Rusty Lid, people who are not here tell everyone there are no women. There are birds everywhere in Pattaya. Okay, fine. All right, fine. Welsh 32, it's Lidl's night, so don't worry. Richard, beer, 100 baht a bottle, girls charging. Well, we don't talk about what the girls are charging. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I've heard that they're getting a bit greedy. Okay. John Sullivan, such a risk traveling at the moment. Quarantine in town. And he used to say 3 months down the road there won't be quarantine in the UK. Expect the worst, mate. Expect the worst. Things were getting better for up until a few weeks ago. When did I first hear of this onion variant? This onion variant. I think it was only a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? Only a couple of weeks ago. Right. I booked my flight to Bangkok last month. Fine. On the basis that they have finally done away with the quarantine, except for one night, one poxy night, and you'd be too tired to do anything anyway. One poxy night in a quarantine hotel. And that sounded really, really great. And then I woke up on I think it was a Friday morning, and I got a few messages on Facebook from people said, Ed, have you heard the good news? Not only are the only Thailand is saying it's 1 night's quarantine, they're even doing away with that. They're dropping the 1 night's quarantine, so you don't even have to do the 1 night's quarantine. That good news lasted about 5 minutes because the next thing I knew, I switched on the news and heard about the onion variant. You know, the dreaded onion variant coming from South Africa. So Thailand backtracked and yeah, they're doing the 1 night's quarantine, but in 4 days' time, we'll know the worst anyway. Okay, let's see now. Okay, I'm going to come right up to date. Right up to date. Okay, I'm skipping it. Apologies if I missed you know, anything. You know, anything. Paul Hoskin, they don't want to go to bars anymore. Okay, whatever. Experience Bangkok. Thailand passes here to stay. Yeah, I do think it's here to stay. Obviously, they've meticulously organised this. Even my work permit in 90 days, all digital there. Okay, Crispy 1963. When you're in Thailand, I'm going to break into your house and oil your squeaky door. Okay? Well, I'll tell you what. Seeing as you said that so nicely, have a guess what time it is. Okay? I'm going to be back very, very, very soon in a moment. It's squeaky door time. See you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. Right, here we go. Hide the squeaky door. Get back to the comments. Let's see. What have we got now? Got up to 550 in the chat. I've just lost 44 people because of my squeaky door. I better have to put some oil on it. Super 23. Burma is looking good. I'm not so sure about that, mate. That's not what I've heard. That is not what I've heard at all. Let's see. By the way, you know, whatever. Experience Bangkok. I believe the new immigration app worked. No data breach. Richard, I hope it gets better, but I can't see it. Okay, the chat's coming back. Maybe other people. Do you know my squeaky door say? Listen. I made a nice little 2-minute video, which was going to replace the squeaky door. It's lovely Filipino ladies on stage, and it's a nice little video. But I thought, geez, you know what YouTube's like nowadays. You know, I mean, it's I don't know. They could demonetize my video they could demonetize this live stream for that video. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Becoming very, very prudish. What's the matter with girls and, you know, lovely ladies in skimpy clothes dancing? I mean, what's the matter with that? I love all of that. Pesky Negroes, flight me to Cambodia, wish me luck. Okay, now, I'm not sure at this moment in time how you get to Cambodia without going to Thailand. I think in the past, I mean, I've booked flights to Cambodia via Beijing or Shanghai. I did one of them cancelled. But really, the ideal way to get from the UK to Cambodia, the ideal way is to get a flight to Bangkok. Now, This is all, you know. I'm speculating there, is that the right way of speculating, or is that the one that makes you go blind? Yeah, I think I'm speculating, okay? But if my flight doesn't cancel and I can still get to Bangkok, is it, I wonder, without doing, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just guessing here and I'm just, kind of speculating. But would it be possible for me to land at Bangkok airport and hang around there and go straight to Cambodia, get a flight straight to Cambodia? How would that work? I don't know. I don't know. I used to know these things, but I don't know anything anymore. Everything's just bloody gone pear-shaped. Let's see. Hi, someone. Yeah, okay. That is a really squeaky door. Adventures around the world. My favorite. Jack. It could be, I'm behind. So I've got the chat here while I was out. Squeaky door time. This is the chat. I'm seeing this. You dirty bastards. You dirty bastards. Okay, let's see. Thailand backpacker. Ed, will give you some WD-40 for Christmas. Thank you. Let's see. What's that one? Jack, Eddie is feeding the prisoner in the basement. Okay. Let's see. So I'm gonna try and come up to date with the chat anyway. Craig Robinson, who would have bloody thought nearly 2 years, 3 bloody Maximes and still having to deal with this crap. To hell with it. I just booked for Thailand in March. Flights 3:48 from Manchester. Well, March, I mean, this is what gets my go. People are saying, leave it a couple of months, but a couple of months, geez, it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years, and supposing you book for 2 months, what's going to happen then? I mean, we've got the onion variant now, which is throwing a spanner in the works. In a couple of months' time, we might have the bloody prawn cocktail variant. You never know what's coming next. You just don't know what's happening next. So let me just have a little look at the chat, and I'll tell you another thing that's got to be on my mind right now. World Traveller, are you answering my query about going to Cambodia? World Traveller, you can't do that. It's got to be one ticket, which it can't be because your flights are with Thai Smile and Air Asia. Excuse me. Super Stephen, Ed, you can try to Cambodia from Singapore. I don't want to go to Singapore. Cloudland, I don't know what the script is. Okay, I don't know what the script is. Okay, so basically, Arch Westmoreland, plan B, stay at home and invite the Palm Sisters over. No, I'm not going to be doing that. But what I was going to talk about is something I've talked about in the past before. I hate it. I hate this situation. I really hate it. What I was going to talk about is the potential plan B. Okay. Now, this pandemic has gone on. This long-running, never-ending pandemic soap opera has gone on longer than bloody Coronation Street and EastEnders combined. But plan B, okay, we're thinking Thailand. We're thinking, Cambodia. They're wonderful countries. I would have visited Vietnam again. I would have even visited Laos, but they look well and truly off the menu. Cambodia, Thailand. This is the place that I want to go to, and this is where the interest is in my channel. But if it doesn't seem feasible for any reason, then plan B. What is plan B? And the one that's come up, it's come up a couple of times before. I've discussed it before. Plan B would be Mexico. Now, Mexico. I won't talk too much about this. I'll keep this brief. I've talked about Mexico, and I've ummed and ahed about it, and I've researched it. I've been to Mexico before, many years ago. I liked it, and I always swore I'd go back there again and see a lot more of it. Now, it was a crazy situation last year when most of the world was locked down or the required quarantine. Mexico was the one country that was allowing people to come in without quarantine. You can stay for 6 months. Everything's totally sort of relaxed. Maybe you still got to wear a mask, but everything's really relaxed there. And I was thinking, Mexico. I planned it. The problem is there's last year, some very, very, very good vloggers, really, really good YouTube vloggers went to Mexico and made videos which were not really very interesting. And the reason they chose Mexico is simply because it was the most convenient place. You don't travel to another country on the other side of the world simply because it's the one that's most convenient and the one that's, you know, not requiring you to do quarantine or whatever. If you go to a country, you go there because you want to go there, because you think it can offer you things and you can do things there, like make interesting videos. And some of these vloggers who went to Mexico, these are real top quality guys, but a lot of their videos were just not very inspired. They were not exciting at all, really. And I've got to be realistic. I mean, I'm up to like 39,000 subscribers on this channel. I've had over 10 million views. I love this YouTube channel. I love the company of you guys coming on this live stream and watching my videos. You know, when I make videos, I really do appreciate it. But the fact is, this channel, the strength of it is from Southeast Asia. I make videos giving information, travel around Southeast Asia. That is where the heart of this channel is. If I suddenly decide to go somewhere else, you know, people may not be interested. Recently I went to Greece and Turkey simply because the weather was great at that time of year, and I made vlogs, and I had a good time. I was relaxed, but there wasn't a massive interest in it from the people who watch this channel. And I'm thinking to myself, with regards to Mexico, even this week, some people have messaged me to say, you know, get your ass to Mexico. That's where it's happening without a problem. And I would love to do that under normal circumstances. I wouldn't mind going to Mexico again. I really wouldn't. Last time I seen Cancun and Playa del Carmen, and then I went to the Central American countries of Belize, Costa Rica, Nicaragua. But with regards to Mexico, a lot of people, you know, who watch this channel just say they simply wouldn't be interested. I don't want to spend time and money and effort going to a country like Mexico and then find that I'm doing videos which are not getting many views simply because people who watch this channel are not really interested in it, you know. So it's, you know, it's not really looking good. Shane Field. Okay, Kipax, Chuck Lamley. Citizen Mikey, I have 2 Mexican mates. They're over there for Christmas. Mexico is fun. Mexico's a great country. I've been there. I've been there. And you know, beautiful. For January, if I was to go there, January, February, March, beautiful sunshine. Yeah, I'd love to visit Mexico again. What's holding me back is simply because I don't think people who watch this particular YouTube channel would be interested. I don't want to go out there and make videos, spend time and effort making videos, which a lot of people are simply not interested in. You know, okay. Sean McGoldrick, Eddie, you still doing your Christmas Day speech, your Christmas Day speech? I know we've got to see that. I couldn't guarantee that. We'll see that, you know. It's a matter of when I could do that. I don't know. You've got to have a bit of a laugh, haven't you? But I don't know. We'll have to look at that. Okay, Gordon McGladdy, when's your flight to Thailand? It's in 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks from now, you know, is my flight to Thailand. I mean, if that, I tell you what, I've got to be careful with that. Now, I've got to make a decision with that as well. And others who have booked flights similar to Thailand have got to make this decision as well. If come this Friday, if the Thai authorities say we're imposing a quarantine, maybe 10 days, you know, something like that, a lot of people who are going out there for 2 weeks or a month, they will have to cancel their flights. Now, if you decide you don't want to go to Thailand and do that quarantine, that probably doesn't necessarily mean that your airline will cancel your flight. It probably doesn't mean that. So if you decide you don't want to go there, you better make sure that if you want to cancel your airline, you do it within a certain amount of time. I mean, I've got to look at my airline, you know, the small print again. I can cancel and maybe rebook it for another time. But they might not give me very long to do that. So, you know, just check what it's all about. I don't want to, you know, I lost the last flight. I don't want to lose another one. Bobby Crush, Mexico is shite. Okay, whatever. Okay, A nice decisive comment there. Jan, Barry the Boss went to Brazil. No interest from his channel members. I'm not so sure because I've been watching some of his videos, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Barry. It'd be nice to have Barry on here. Funny enough, it would be nice to have Barry on here. I mean, he's done well. He's gone out to Brazil. He's gone out. He's a British guy. He's gone out to Brazil, and I love Brazil. I wouldn't mind. Hey, I'll tell you what. I wouldn't mind another visit to Brazil. But you've got to be realistic. You have got to be realistic. This particular YouTube channel, which has been going for a couple of years now, the core of it, why people subscribed in the first place, is because they've got an interest in Southeast Asia, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, those countries. Whether you suddenly go to the other side of the world and make videos about Mexico, and I've got to think carefully. Let's see, what was this now? Who's the legend? Eddie, do a poll for Mexico. Do you know what? I was thinking of doing that. I think I probably will do that. Yeah, you're reading my mind there, mate. Paul Hater, watch Mexico. Yeah, last time, people were saying go to Mexico. That's where it's all happening. And then 5 minutes later, it got put on the red list, didn't it? And somebody said to me, "Oh, you had a close shave there, didn't you?" Oh. Charles Oliver needs to go to the Pacific side. Mazatlan, Vallarta, La Paz, Acapulco. I'd like to go to all those places. I really would. Crispy 1963. Eddie, you might as well flick a Mexican bean or two. Paul Yates, can't you just leave now? It's not as simple as that, mate. Not as simple. Javier Lopez. I've seen very interesting, very entertaining videos and Playa del Carmen. Mexican food is yummy, okay? Adventures around the world. I vlog Mexico. It's amazing there. I wouldn't overthink it. I would far prefer to go to Mexico and know you'll have no issues with things closing down while you're here. I must admit, adventures around the world, the idea of anything being easy in this day and age and hassle-free, to go to Mexico, and they've got a generous 6-month no-problem visa, haven't they? The idea of going to a place where there's no hassle, give me that right now. And they've got the weather and they've got the beaches. I'd love to go there. But my first loyalty is to the loyal subscribers to this YouTube channel who are interested in Southeast Asia. So I have to think of that first. Really, I really do. But thanks for that info anyway, mate. Sean the Prawn, let's take it to Cuba, Eddie. I've been to Cuba. I spent my 40th birthday in Cuba, which is many years ago, and it was when you visit Cuba, you get the feeling that Cuba has been isolated from the world for a very long time. As soon as you arrive in Cuba, the people, it's a bit intimidating at first. They all want to sell you cigars and they all want to follow you and, strike up a conversation and, whatever. But the way they talk and their mannerism, you quickly get the feeling that this country has been isolated from the rest of the world for a very long time. A lot of those young people growing up there have never, left Cuba. And I'd love another visit there. I really would. But I think Cuba is not really open. I don't think it's really open right now, to be honest with you. Bobby Crush, only place we're going, Eddie, is Iceland. Get your Christmas shopping. Philip Ford, Southeast Asia is YouTube's favorites, where the magic happens. Okay, you see, the thing is, Southeast Asia is, a small part of the world, but it's a wonderful part of the world. It's wonderful, and it's got the interest for middle-aged men who go out there and you have fun with the ladies. There's no secret about that. Nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, what am I going to vlog? I was in Mexico. If I made a video of Chichen Itza, would you be interested in that? When I was in Greece, Athens, I made a vlog about one of the world's great sites, the Parthenon, the Acropolis. some people who watched this, it was good, but it didn't get many views. You know, at the end of the day, you've got to be realistic. It's all about being realistic. Let's see. Let's see. Jamie Woods, what about Brazil, Rio? I'd like to visit. I would like to visit Rio. I've been there before, and it was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. You know, absolutely, absolutely. I'd love to visit Rio, and there's other great places in Brazil like Fortaleza and many great places. Wonderful country, Brazil. I'd worry now more about the crime, the violent crime in Brazil now more than under normal circumstances, simply because as a tourist, you would stand out more now than you would before. I mean, you'd stand out anyway as a tourist, but now there's probably not many tourists around, and people are pretty desperate. So, you know, whereas before I was quite confident going around Brazil, you know, I wouldn't be so confident now. Nick T, good evening, Eddie. I'm arriving in Bangkok April 14 and hopping over to Siam Reap to meet my good lady for Khmer New Year. Hopefully, still unsure of a required pass, seeing as not leaving airport. Are you talking about when you say not leaving airport? Are you talking about arriving in Bangkok and not leaving the airport and going straight to Siam Reap? I'm unsure about that, mate. I don't know. I mean, it's travel has all been turned on its head right now. Trevor Freeman, Eddie, my first business great price last March, Singapore, air on 6th of January for 2 months, book visa. Yeah, absolutely. Well, all I can say, mate, is good luck to you. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. Let's see. David Keenan, Eddie, are you prepared to do the 10-day quarantine? Right now, no. I mean, I would have been prepared beforehand, but the more I thought about it, dreadful. I wouldn't entirely. 10 days. If it was 7 days, that sounds more bearable. 7 days sounds bearable. Being locked in a prison hotel. 10 days doesn't sound good at all. And 14 days just seems like a bloody no. That's the way I'm looking at it right now. I need to think about this. Really need to think about it. Paul Hayes, Ed, people watch you in your living room with that dodgy star background and no hot ladies. I think we were watching you in Mexico. Okay, nice thought, mate. Super Stephen, Ed, if Thailand no go, then only one choice is Cambodia. Well, yeah, but you know, it mean rebooking a flight. You know, it wouldn't mean rebooking a flight, not to Bangkok. I mean, usually when I go to Cambodia, I start off being in Thailand and then either cross the border, which is out of the question. I think land borders are out of the question right now, or go from Bangkok airport to Phnom Penh. You know, but but you know, I don't know. It's all been turned on its head right now. Billy Shears, hope you would make it out there, Eddie, mate. After all this time, we'll not be having this uncertainty, annoying and depressing. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Mark Oleg, thank you for that. I did notice that. I was so behind in the chat. There you go. Mark Oleg, here's another Christmas present for you, Eddie. All the best from the USA. I hope many of us in the chat can sit across from each other at the same table someday. Cheers, mate. Cheers to you, Mark. I really appreciate that. It's very kind. Anyway. Now, you know, all the best of news. I hope many of us in the chat can sit across from each other at the same table someday. Mark, I'd love nothing more. I would love nothing more than a lot of the people in the chat, yourself, maybe a few of the vlogs, whatever. I think if we could get out there to Thailand and things would be relaxed, it would be a real good feel good factor, because so many of us have been, you know, deprived of you know getting out there for so long, had so much disappointment. You know, it would be wonderful. I think it would be a real feel good factor. I think it would be a friendly environment. it's probably a very, very friendly environment right now for the travelers who've managed to make it out to Thailand, to Pattaya or wherever. More friendly than it normally would be, simply because people are so relieved to get out there. And it's I'd like to think that, but you have to be realistic. The news isn't really good right now. It's not good right now, and by by Friday, we'll probably know the script really when they have that meeting there in Thailand. But thanks for that. Really, cheers. Thanks for that, Mark. Much appreciated, mate. Bobby Crush, 2 weeks of Melton Mowbray. Richard, Dominican Republic, trying to get mugged or shot. I've never been to the Dominican. I have said this before, but I've seen videos of the Dominican Republic. And all the women out there look like they've got big asses. Not for me, mate. Not for me. Ricky, a topless Brit ladies in Playa del Carmen is the best you'll find in Mexico. I've been to Playa del Carmen. And I actually found it a lot more likable than Cancun. I thought Playa del Carmen was a very, very likable place. And yet the ladies do go topless there. Lovely stuff. What I did notice, there's a lot of American ladies there. I've never seen so much silicone in all my life. Some very, very good looking American ladies, but a lot of a lot of silicone about there. I did notice that. I did notice that. Peter Shrive, going 23rd of December. Thanks. Good show. Okay, good luck to you anyway, mate. Good luck to you. Wanderer 2998, Porto Vallarta is Mexico is brilliant. I think what I will do, somebody mentioned it before, but I think I will actually do this, sometime. If, Thailand does go pear-shaped, I'll have to do a poll. Would you be interested in Steady Eddie going to Mexico? Would you be interested or not? I will have to do a poll about that. Let's see. Okay, Billy Pats. Steady Woodward. Hello, Ed. I go to Phuket in January. Do we know if Sandbox replacing test and go or actual quarantine? Sandbox allows you to stay in Phuket. I don't think anyone knows anything right now, mate. I don't really know. The thing, I don't bother with the finer details of things, because the fact is that I don't really bother with the finer, because they change day to day. I booked a flight a few weeks ago. It looks like it could go pear-shaped now. El Terrifico, yes, think of us first. Okay. Richard, Cuba has been isolated for years. I love Cuba. For the brief time I was there, I loved it. And some fantastic people there. Great place. Really great place. But I think that it's out of the question for us right now. Let's see. So still 485 people in the chat, and we've been on for over an hour now. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Oh yeah. Let's see. Here's a question there. Okay. Daniel Kelly. Eddie, if you never had a YouTube channel, would you still holiday in Southeast Asia? Of course I would. Of course I would. I've had so many great times in Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam. They will always be my choice. Those three countries will always be my first choice. Absolutely. But I mean, I must admit, at this moment in time, if it wasn't with the YouTube channel and I wanted a bit of winter sun, I may well go to somewhere else, maybe to Latin America, maybe to wherever's open, really, wherever there's a bit of winter sun, and whatever's convenient. But I love my YouTube channel. I love the support of you guys. I love coming on air on live streams. I like making videos, the creativity, and I made some blinding videos in the past. Some of them got really, really good views. I love it all. I do not want to. I've decided at this stage of my life, I do not want to go to countries which people who watch this YouTube channel is simply not interested. And that's why I've got to think very, very carefully about Mexico. I don't want to go through all that effort and find that, people just don't want to know, really. But nice to hear from you anyway, Daniel. Ricky, if Brazilian porn is any indication, Rio might be fun. Rio is bloody good fun. It's excellent. It's excellent. Not only that, I mentioned Fortaleza as well, which is up the coast. Where else in Brazil? Oh, Florianopolis. Oh, that's a lovely place. That is beautiful. Bobby Crush, okay? Bobby Crush, the crime, the violence, the muggins, the beggars. That's the last time I go shopping in Liverpool. Okay, bloody good stuff, Bobby Crush. Let's see. What did I watch? I was watching, I had a friend around last night. We were getting drunk together and we were watching some of those walking videos. A couple of them on Liverpool, which looks like it looks really built a city up. It looks like a lot happening there. But also Manchester. Jesus Christ, this guy's walking around with a camera. The Manchester nightlife. He's walking around there, and God almighty, some of those birds are beautiful. Blonde girls, they're all so well dressed. Manchester's must have the best looking women around it these days. But apparently, they're all those girls. They're all out for a footballer. They want a footballer. They don't want an ordinary guy. They go to these nightclubs dressed up like that because they want to meet millionaire footballers and what do they call it? Wags. Wives and girlfriends who suck, all that crap and all that. I'm not interested in that. Let's see. I mean, somebody actually sent me a message last week to say, Ed, get to Manchester, loads of lovely bears there. I'm sorry, but bloody girls who goes in Manchester nightclubs are not going to be interested in a fat, ugly old bastard like me. My soapy massage girls in Thailand, they would be interested in me. But I'm sorry, but the girls I don't think Manchester's got anything to offer me, really. Yui Marta, Eddie, you're wrong. Thousands of YouTubers are in Brazil. I didn't say that they were, but I think if there's thousands of YouTubers in Brazil, they're probably Brazilians. There's not many Western YouTubers there, not as far as I know. But Brazil's great. The Crag 777 Pies. Let's see. I've heard this. Bazooki, new airline called Scoot, run by Singapore Airlines, just had a flight to Bangkok from Gatwick. No fills, food bags, just priced at $525 return on the Dreamliner. That sounds reasonable. You can do better. Rackintosh, just got approved for January the 14th, approved within 10 minutes. Are you talking about the Thailand pass there, Rackintosh? Well, good luck to you. Good luck to you. A very important question to ask here. A very important question to ask. I don't want to be selfish and, just talk about me and whatever. I want to talk about you guys as well. Very, very important. Right. Very important. So it would be nice to know, out of everyone watching this, at this moment in time, it is now the 20th of December. Right now in Thailand is the peak of the peak of the peak season. It's about as Christmas week is about as peak as you can possibly get. And some people probably have flights from the UK to Bangkok, probably within days, leaving within days. If you are leaving within days, then you probably miss any proposed quarantine except for the 1 day. But if come at 4 days' time, Christmas Eve, December the 24th, if the Thai authorities say, that's it, you're going to have to quarantine again, we're going to bring back the maybe 10-day quarantine, how many people who have currently got flights booked for after that will instantly think, I'm going to have to cancel those flights? Anyone who's going out there for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, they simply won't be able to do that quarantine. Let's see. Johnny B. I know you were expecting a quarantine, but a test on arrival should be good enough. There is no logic in shutting down their tourism again. Well, I hope you're right, Johnny, but they've done it before. Richard, they make a lovely coffee in Brazil. I make a lovely cup of coffee here. You don't have to go to Brazil for the coffee. Del Boy K, Eddie, Lao is reopening 3 phases starting on January the 1st. Of those countries, Lao borders Vietnam, Cambodia, and Thailand. It borders all three of those countries. And yeah, I wasn't largely impressed with Laos. I thought the people, I've said this before, but they're kind of nondescript. They just don't seem to have the same personalities as their neighbouring countries. Bobby Crush. You're on good form tonight, Bobby Crush. You are on good form. They used to make you wash your, now they make you take a PCR test. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Javier Lopez, Eddie, a very genuine and very wise fella. Okay, well, 1 out of 2 isn't bad. I am quite genuine. Andy Lotter, the Philippines are ruled by well, no, I'm not going to say that. Charles Oliver, Eddie, I'm sure you can get a Blackpool girl to give you a soapy. A Blackpool girl? I don't live in Blackpool. David R. Imagine they reinstate quarantine while you're in the air. Does that mean I'm going to stay on the plane for 2 weeks? Oh, it's oh God almighty, dreadful, absolutely dreadful. Richard, I would cancel 100%. If you're going out, and there will be people watching this YouTube, this live stream right now, who currently have flights booked for maybe next week or the week after or whatever. And if they say on Friday they're going to bring back that quarantine, maybe 10 days. What are you going to do? People will have to cancel. They will have to cancel. I have a flight booked for a couple of weeks' time. It's like the flight is actually for just inside 90 days. It was the best part of 3 months. Just inside 90 days, return ticket. If you ask me at this moment in time, would I be prepared to do that quarantine, whether it's 10 days or whatever? I can't answer that right now. I cannot answer simply because it's such a blow. I need to be in the right frame of mind before I even think of doing it. I need to be psyched up before I even think of the prospect of being locked in a bloody hotel room. I know some people have done that, have been through the ASQ, but I would have done it once. But I just don't like the sound of it at all. I really, really don't. Really, really don't. That was a nice call. Where are we? Been on for an hour and 12 minutes now. Like I said, I mean, this is a not very cheerful live stream. There's no guest on here tonight. Hopefully I'll get some guests on pretty soon. We've had some good guests in the past. There's been Thailand bound. Peter is currently in Bangkok having a good time. Steph, of course, Bestie. David R has been on here, a few times. The guests have been pretty good. Now we'll have more guests on here in the future. But right now, I think I couldn't have a guest on tonight. I think I'm too bloody depressed, really. And no secret about that. I'm too worried. I mean, I just it's I'd rather just come on here and I've invited people in the chat to talk about the current situation. What do you think about it? When I heard the news today, and it's not confirmed news yet, but the word is that in a few days' time we will know whether that dreaded quarantine will come back. And if it comes back, even if I'll stomach it. It will be a massive blow to the Thai tourist industry because so many people who book flights will instantly think, I can't do that. I just can't do that. So we'll see anyway. Pete, going in 9 days, Eddie. We'll do the quarantine if I have to. Just pissed at Pete off if I didn't go this week. Okay, good luck to you, mate. World Traveller. My flight out to the US is on the 3rd of January. I have Thailand pass and all. If they require quarantine, oh God almighty. Yeah, there you go, mate. World Traveller, let's get that one up. Good comment there. World Traveller forever. My flight out to the US is on the 3rd of January. I have Thailand pass and all. If they require quarantine again, I will cancel and go to Colombia. Okay. Yeah, don't blame you, mate. Don't blame you. I think Colombia. I think I'd consider Colombia again. I've been there before, but it's got to be worth another visit. I've got, maybe Colombia could well be the plan B. But I must admit, my first loyalty is to the people who watch this YouTube channel. I want to go to countries which you, my friends, will be interested in. I don't want to ram down your throat stuff that you will be. I know I went to Greece and Turkey simply because that particular time of year, the weather was fantastic, and I just wanted to relax in some warm sunshine. But it wasn't a big hit as far as the viewing figures was concerned. Martin Powell, Mexico, a big no from me. Okay, thumbs down. Good to hear from you anyway, Martin. Richard, did you ever go to Sophie's in Phnom Penh? I went to a lot of places in Phnom Penh, but I don't recall that one. Tintin, what's your time frame you can be away, Eddie? Well, I've been for 3 months. It depends what happens, mate. It depends what happens. I mean, if I do manage to get out there in a couple of weeks' time and things start going pear-shaped, I mean, never assume that in 3 months' time things are going to be better. I mean, this has gone on for nearly 2 years now. 3 months is sod all, really. It might be worse in 3. There might be, we've got the onion variant now. We might have the bloody, the parsley variant in 3 months' time. You never know. But well, what was the question again? Tintin, what's your time frame you can be away? I'll stay away for as I'll stay away for as long as convenient. I don't care. I'm self-employed, so I don't have to work. I'll work if I want. If I don't want to work, I won't work. But I'll stay away for as long as you don't even know what's going to happen. I might be away for a few months. It might be totally bloody boring being away. If bars are closing all over the place and there's nothing happening, I don't know, really. I really can't answer that. Philip Ford, if you got the cash, you can literally go anywhere. Yeah, but is it going to be much fun? G. Michael, that's a good comment there. G. Michael, I might do 7 days, but I'm going for 60 plus 30 days. So you're going for 90 days. Cost-wise, I'd take off what I'd lose, cancelling, test and go with South Assurance. So cost-wise, another 4 to suck up. The 7 days drives me nuts, though. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's a very down to earth way of looking at the looking at it. I'm going to pour myself an hour and 18 minutes, still 459 people in the chat. We've had got to about 550 at one point, didn't we? That's good. I'm going to cheer myself up by having a lovely Lidl's Reverie, brandy, beautiful stuff, cognac version, $16.99 a bottle, lovely stuff. Okay, I've been drinking a lot of red wine the last few nights. Lovely stuff, beautiful. Oh, that's bloody good. That. Johnny B, I really hope you get there. Peter's videos and many others make it all look very worthwhile. Everything crossed for you, pal. Okay, cool. Yeah. Peter, Thailand bound. He's been on this live stream, and I've been on his live stream as well. He's done a really, really, really good job of vlogging and explaining it in a very, very down to earth way. He basically said that the traveling to Thailand, being stuck in that hotel for one night, it was really, really depressing. Travel's depressing anyway. I hate travel. I don't get excited by airports or anything or airlines. I consider getting there to be, I just want the nasty ordeal over and done with. But this ordeal coming up is going to be nastier than most. But Peter has vlogged it very, very well. And Thailand bound, go check out his videos. If you want to know what Bangkok is like right now. But, things could change, things could change. Let's see. Agency, I'm booked for a month in February. I'd still go with 7-day sandbox. I've invested too much now to cancel. Yeah. Listen, let me explain something. I forget the chappie's name who mentioned this. But if it was the case that, they bring back a quarantine, but it was a sandbox style quarantine, whereas you're free to roam about. Let's say Bangkok, if they say you've got to stay in Bangkok for the first 10 days, I wouldn't have a problem with that at all. No problem with me at all. That'd be fine by me. So that kind of quarantine, that would be all right. Yeah, I'd be all for that. But the idea of being trapped in a bloody hotel room with no alcohol on no, that's the bit that I don't like. That's you can't. That's not travel. That's not what you go on out. That's not what you book flights for. Bloody quarantine hotels. It's ridiculous. Ben Harrison. I'm booked mid-January to fly. I don't know what to do right now. Well, I'm booked early January, and I don't know what to do either. We'll see anyway. Coco Road just had the call from reception. I'm free to leave my quarantine hotel. Well, cheers to you, mate. Cheers to you. Eddie 564. The Thai government have no nerve. As soon as things look scary, they'll reinstate quarantine. Well, they've done it before, haven't they? They've done it before. I've heard somebody saying before, don't worry, Ed, they won't reinstate the quarantine. They need the tourists too much. No, wait a minute. They bloody had the quarantine going for a long. They're clearly not that worried about the tourism. I mean, it's these variants that seem to worry them. They will they will reinstate the quarantine if they feel they need to. Paul Hoskin, you can watch porn on the TV for 10 days. No, I think 10 days is a little bit too long for that. 10 minutes more like. Jack, you have booked it now, Eddie. Just go. Okay. Well, I'm going in 2 weeks' time, mate. Let's see. Bobby Cruz, Coco Road, get out there and get his. Let me just answer SOS Chris. Eddie, did you get a tourist visa for your 90 days in Thailand? No, I'm not actually going to reveal this right now. Now, I have my reasons for not revealing this right now. It may seem bizarre, but let's understand something. When I'm traveling and when I'm announcing traveling to go to other countries, there are certain things I don't reveal. Now, it may sound bizarre to you, but most people are absolutely fine, and I'd love to give you information on what I've done. But there's always some bloody idiot out there who wants to throw a spanner in the works. Somebody sent me a message this week to say, Eddie, I've been British Airways has cancelled. I've been scanning flights. Which company are you flying with? Which airline company? And I didn't reply to him because I made it clear this last week. I don't give out information because it could be a liability. You know what I mean? And then he sent me a message to say, well, thanks for the reply, Eddie. No, I wasn't being rude. It's just that certain things I have to cover my tracks. Like I've said, most of the people who watch these videos are really, really good people. And I would love to give the information as it happens or as it's gonna happen. The problem is there's always some bloody dickhead out there. And I've seen examples of it who wants to throw a spanner in the works. So sometimes when I don't reveal information about what I'm doing visa-wise or travel-wise, there's always a reason for it. I will reveal it later, but believe me, there is always a reason for it. But let's just say that I have got things sorted out. Until a spanner is thrown in the works this week, and they say I've got a quarantine. Okay. Let's see. Rusty Lid. Coco Road. Okay, this sounds like a nice, cheerful story. Coco Road. I got here at 10 last night, went to Kip, and reception have just rang. They say I'm free to leave. I'll have my breakfast first, so they bring it at 7. Good luck to you, mate. Okay, cheers to you, mate. Cheers to you. I like to, I like to hear a nice, happy story. You get out there in Bangkok or wherever you are, and you have bloody good fun, mate. Really pleased for you. Dutch Ferran, go to wherever you want, Eddie. Well, I would do. I want to go to Thailand and Cambodia. That's where I want to go. Jamie Woods, flying Thailand tomorrow. Good luck to you, mate. Let's see. And 501, Sandbox is still going. Real Hotel quarantine will cancel. Under the sun, I've got no taste or smell. Okay, good for you, mate. Okay, I was planning to go January the 16th. Seth Rex, I was planning to go January the 16th. If it's going to close, I will go to Kenya instead. Is Kenya any good? I've never been to Kenya. Kenya. I've been to Ethiopia, but I never made it to Kenya. No, I don't fancy that somehow. Hi, Anne. Do quarantine for what? Once you get out of Antares jail, it will probably all be locked down again anyway. Quite likely, mate. Quite likely. I understand what you're saying. If they do bring in that bloody awful 2-week quarantine or whatever it is, and you do it, you never know how this is going to develop, how this bloody Antares is going to develop. They may close the bars. It's quite likely they will do. If they find it necessary to bring back the prison hotel quarantine, then it goes out saying it's quite likely they'll find it necessary to close the bars and the entertainment stuff again. So I wish I could be more cheerful about that. Let's see. Philip Ford, even if you might have to do quarantine, Eddie, it's not as if you don't have the time. Just go down with time. Sure, it'll be frustrating, but you really do. I mean, okay, right now at this moment in time, I booked my flight on the basis that I didn't have to do that nauseating 2-week quarantine. And also the time is right, because this is peak season. This is when Thailand has the best weather. This is the time of year that I like to go out there. So I booked my flight on the basis that I would have to do 1 night's quarantine, but it's not even a full night. 1 night's quarantine, a PCR test. I'm quite happy to do that. I did not book my flight on the basis that I would have to do any prison hotel quarantine. I may have been prepared to do it in the past, but I'm not sure that I would want to. If on Friday, when this meeting, and everyone knows about this meeting in Thailand with the tourism authority is going to take place, everyone knows about this. If they decide, and it's quite likely that they will decide. I mean, think about it. It's the onion variant is getting out of control. It's quite likely that they will reinstate this quarantine, this prison hotel quarantine. It depends how long it is. If it's 7 days, I don't even want to do 7 days, but if it's 7 days, it's doable. If it's 10 days, I'd have to seriously think about it. 14 days sounds bloody awful to me. I don't know. Right now, I mean, if you to ask me, or I was to ask you, would you be prepared to do it? I don't think we can answer right now. You need to think about. You need to be in the right frame of mind, really, to even prepare for something like that. But I'm going to bring in someone who's actually done the quarantine. Andrew Johnson. Andrew Johnson is. Hi, Eddie. Hope it works out for you, mate. Cheers. No, Andrew Johnson is during the time that the rest of us have just thought about it. He's actually been up to Thailand twice in the last, year or so. Spent about 3 months at a time. There's a lovely lady friend, a lovely girlfriend. Good for him. Good for you, Andrew. Andrew's been through the quarantine. And he's been there and done it. Okay, so good for you, mate. Good for you. I mean, it's I don't know. I still can't get me whether we're prepared to do that. I know some people have done it, and some people have even said that it's not that bad. But I booked my flight on the basis that I didn't have to do that. So if they bring it back this week, God knows. God knows. Yeah, what's this? Siam, I am. I have no problem switching to Phuket sandboxes, going there anyways. I'll eat $200 Emirates change fee. Good for you, mate. Good for you. There's somebody called We Want Fanny. Okay. Eddie, I need your videos. Okay, well, cheers. Thanks for that comment. We Want Fanny and all that. Okay, can I suggest that you change your name? I mean, if you watch my videos, my live streams, and I'm very, very retro. I go back. I like movies in the 1970s. Lovely, lovely ladies. Full frontal and all that. Can I just recommend that you change your name from We Want Fanny to We Want Hairy Fanny? I mean, that's the better one anyway. Jesus, I miss them. I do so miss them. I was watching a movie the other night with Ingrid Pitt, the beautiful vampire queen, in by all those lovely ladies, those lovely full frontal ladies in them days. Bring back hairy fannies. That's what I say. Bring them back. A woman ain't a woman if she isn't hairy. Okay? Just my opinion. Daniel Kelly tucks up in bed at 10 p.m. alone. Okay, well, okay. Good for you, mate. Good for you. You'll get bloody. You're never alone as long as you got Netflix. You've never got Netflix. Hey, I'm coming to the end of this live stream, so I'll start talking rubbish now. Anyway, Netflix. Now I have it Netflix and Amazon. Not much. I think it might be an idea because we've got to do something this live stream. So maybe bringing a little segment. Maybe towards the end of the live stream. Who's watching what on Netflix? Because well, I have Netflix, I have Amazon, but I find myself watching less and less. But I must admit, I watched. I like Jason Statham a lot. I do like Jason. Geez, he's a real. He's got a face of a real hard bastard. He has. I like Jason Statham. He's like a throwback to the days of Charles Bronson and all that. May I recommend on Amazon? What is it called now? The Wrath of Man. A film with Jason. It's a Guy Ritchie movie. It's on. I think it's quite a new. And I'm not a big fan of Guy Ritchie. Not a big fan at all. I think it's a bit overrated, but that is actually the best one I've seen. The Wrath of Khan. I watched that the other night. And Jason Statham is always worth watching. He's a real hard bastard actor, not like those bloody pretty boys that they have nowadays. Anyway, Andrew Johnson, done and dusted for me, Eddie. I'll be there for good. Whoa, really, Andrew? Good for you, mate. Good for you, Andrew Johnson. Done and dusted. I'm going to put that comment on there. Andrew Johnson, done and dusted for me. I'll be there for good in March. Good for you, mate. Cheers to that, mate. I know that you've got a lovely lady because I'm Facebook friends with you, and I'm really pleased for you. Andrew Johnson's a good success story in all of this. Get out there, retire out in Thailand, and live a good life, mate. You'll always have the weather. You'll always have a great culture. I mean, I'm not going to get on a let's slag Britain down, but there's a reason that we like going to Thailand. It's because Britain, the UK, hasn't got the things that we want in Thailand. Good for you, Andrew. Good for you, mate. I'm really pleased that it's all worked out for you. The Crag 777, if do an ASQ, pick up liquor in a friendly duty free. Some ASQs won't let you order alcohol. Well, I don't know. I haven't been in an ASQ yet. Who was that there? Somebody said, I missed that. I missed that chat. Okay, I missed that chat. Somebody said I couldn't sit. Yeah, Tintin said I couldn't sit in a room for 10 days. I'd go crazy, let alone 14. I'm thinking the same. Some guys have done it. I'm thinking the same way as you, mate. I'll say again what I said a moment ago. When I booked the flight, the enthusiasm that I had booking the flight that I did is because they dropped the quarantine. That was the big thing. That 2-week quarantine, 10-day quarantine, whatever. that was the thing that was keeping the tourists away. Or even there's a few other vloggers I know of who I get in touch with quite a lot, and I know that they've got flights booked to Thailand at this very moment. If that news comes on Friday, they'll have to cancel. They will have to cancel. They will have to cancel. Okay, listen, we've been going on now for. What was it? What's it? Some good comments here. Okay. Delboy K. Eddie, how about Butlins in Wales? No, not for that. Anthony Phillips, I thoroughly enjoyed your vlogs in Greece and Turkey, Eddie. Well, thanks for you, mate. Thanks for you. I appreciate that, Anthony. Really did. The Crag, 7 Philippines is shut down unless you're related. Paul Hoskin, too much hassle for a bonk. Okay. Paul Hoskin always has the most sources. He has the most Benny Hill-like comments. Paul Hoskin is the Benny Hill of the YouTube commentators. Makes me laugh. Okay. Let's see. We want Fanny. Eddie goes to India. I've been to India. I've been there, mate. Don't want to go there again. I like Indians. I just don't want to go to India again. Ben, book Blackpool for 2 months in January. Can't wait. Don't want to risk spreading anthrax and killing someone's granny. Okay. But you booked Blackpool for 2 months in January. So January and February, for Christ's sake. Oh, that's the pits. That Blackpool is freezing cold. It's it's like it's like bloody going to Alaska or the North Pole in Jan. It's freezing there. And it's probably not an open. 2 nights in January, I think, is about enough. Bangkok's not the Phuket side. Rome, everything's closed. Okay. Let's just. Paul Hoskin, do you get recognised at the airport? I have been, and the guys who recognise me seem to be really, really nice. Really, really nice. Listen, I'm going to wrap this one up now. I'm still going over. Still 434 people in the chat. Like I said in the last live stream, the more miserable I get, the more people watch. I'm sure there's people out there who say, hey, saying to their friends, hey, come on, watch this guy. Here's the most miserable bastard on YouTube. If it works, then it works. But I would, if I was cheerful, if there was news to be cheerful about, then I would be cheerful. I'd be bloody doing cartwheels on the carpet. But I'm trying to be realistic. I've been down. As soon as when I woke up today, I heard on Facebook, Eddie, have you seen the news? They're having a meeting. They're planning on maybe, or they're thinking of bringing back the ASQ quarantine. And whenever I hear news like that, I'm depressed. Right now, at this moment in time, I've got my flight boots. I have my, I've got in touch with the company who was sorting out everything for me. I think it'll all be done and dusted in the next couple of days. I've got my PCR boots, which is a rip-off. Even the National Express coach from home to Heathrow Airport. So within a couple of days, everything will be absolutely booked. And then having had everything absolutely booked, come Friday, we're going to hear the news on Friday, Christmas Eve. That's when we're going to hear the news, whether they're going to bring back the. And even in May, who's going out there for maybe 3 months, even though if I'm prepared to do the quarantine, it will still affect me simply because a lot of the 2-week millionaires, the other people, they won't be out there. They will not be out there. They will as soon as that, if they announce on Friday that they're going to bring back the ASQ hotel, the 2 weeks, the 4 weeks, they'll cancel. They'll just say that they'll cancel. They cannot not cancel. If you're out there for 2 weeks, you can't be doing a bloody quarantine like that. Tintin, yeah, I know what you mean, mate. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, mate. I've had 3 jabs, and I thought I could after 3 jabs. I thought after 1 jab, I could, that would be the problem, and then it's solved, and then, then 2 jabs, 3 jabs, and well, whatever. I'm not even going to go there. Okay, 423 people in the chat. I think I've waffled on enough. I've done an hour and 40 minutes. Just me sitting there, drinking Kronenberg and, very, very nice Lidl's brandy. I'm going to pour myself another one before I go. I'm going to pour myself another one. Let's see. Let's see. That's a nice comment from Phil Roberts. Okay. Phil Roberts, I feel like a 2-week hotel quarantine would drive me insane. Yeah, me too, mate. A sandbox then would be fine. I would most likely stay in Bangkok for a week anyway. Just have to wait and see, I suppose. Yeah, your thoughts are exactly the same as mine, mate. I know you were the one who made the comment earlier about that. If the news, we don't know the full news that's going to come out in the next few days. But if it was to come out, and let's hope it's better than what we're expecting. If the news that comes out on Friday was that, if they're going to bring in a quarantine, then bringing a quarantine like that, you've got to stay in the one location for a couple of weeks, but not a prison hotel, for Christ's sake, not a prison hotel, anything but that. Okay. Manoj Piva, Eddie, there is a good chance the Thai government will put us on a red list. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I agree. Martin Powell, exactly. Okay. Let's see. Archie Westmoreland, can you do a Roger or Dodger on the next stream? It's a possibility. There's still a couple of that kind of divided people. Some people really like Roger or Dodger. Some people thought it was a load of crap, but some people liked it. We'll have to think about doing that. Well, we're getting towards Christmas now, aren't we? Is there going to be a Christmas special? I'm not so sure. We've got to arrange stuff like that. But Christmas is closer than any of us think. So I'm going to say, even if I'll try and get a couple of people on this live stream, and we'll have a little bit of silliness to cheer us. All. Let me just put that one. Sean the Prawn, Steph is live now in Thailand live stream community. If you fancy a nightcap, Eddie. Okay. Steph Travel, he's been on this live stream. He's a great guy. He's doing a live stream now on his live stream community channel. And I'm going to check that one out. You never know. Listen, Ernest Connell, Christmas special with Steph. Steph's cool. He's cool. He's a cool guy. And Besty's cool. And Peter Thailand and David Darn, who's been on there. They're all cool guys. I'm going to get more guests on here. I'm going to get more best on it. The reason I didn't have any guests, the last couple of streams is simply because it's too depressing, really, to talk about this. It's too worrying. But anyway, listen. Okay. Joe Hart, Roger Dodger, yeah. Let's see. Citizen Mikey, Roger Dodger was class. Go for a lap. Okay, yeah. Not everybody agrees, but we'll see about it. Listen, I'm going to say good night, okay? It's Monday night now. Thursday night is very, very close to Christmas Eve. Hopefully, I'll be back on Thursday. I'm not sure. I might have to leave until the Friday, Christmas Eve, to see what the news is coming out of Thailand. Maybe that'll be. I'm not too sure, but the fact is, the live stream's it's gone down well tonight. I've had a few beers. I've had a lovely Lidl's brandy. I'll say thanks for tuning in. Let's all hope for the best. And I will see it. And if you can't make any streams later this week, then have a lovely Christmas, everybody. I don't celebrate Christmas myself personally, but have a great Christmas, everybody. Let's hope for the best. Thanks for tuning in. I'll say good night. Thank you. God bless you. Keep thinking positive, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.